What's up guys, this is Cher talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about one of the new formations, Godspeed stance. This was added alongside 4 other formations in Lian's Arc episode 12. You can directly purchase it, it's pretty easy, and this is a very important formation that will change how we farm in the game. That's right, it replaces one of our most used formations so far. The Godspeed stance increases a lot of different things for all 5 slots, but you should care more about just one of them. But at least you can still get something from slot number 2 and slot number 3. This is not made for challenges, you should just forget. This is made for farming. Well, for new accounts, you can attack with 3 different slots. Slots number 1, 2, and 3. They will all get some increasing damage, but slot number 1 is the best one. It buffs STR, Dexterity, and Intelligence by 50%, and all actions will become fast. That's right, all of your attacks will become fast. This is the best formation to solo farming. The slot number 2 and 3 are just for those people that cannot solo and still need some extra help to clear the waves. Like I said, mostly for newcomers, till they can have one character that is strong enough to solo. So it caters all audiences. Forget about slot 4 and 5, they have an action order down that actually helps training, and I will explain how it does. But the Godspeed stance formation is here to replace, like I said, one of the most used ones so far. That is the Magia Fight. Magia Fight also boosted STR, Dexterity, and Intelligence by 50%. Instead of giving you a fast stance, it was just giving you an action order up medium. That will allow you to attack faster, and will also decrease the chance of getting combos. You also had an action order down, but just to one slot. You could also just place some martial artists here in the back so that it would not combo too much with your main attacker. But there were some problems. Like, for example, sometimes slots number 2, 3, and 4 was just trying to join and attack before slot number 1, although it was very unlikely. But now that we have a fast stance on slot number 1, don't need Magia Fight anymore. The only instance where Magia Fight can still be better than Godspeed formation is when you have a fast attacker in slot number 5, because here you still have 2 slots getting 50%. So your fast attacker is placed on the back row, but he still attacks before slot number 1, and slot number 1 will be strong enough to do some good damage, and so that 2 characters can clear a wave. But like I said, the Godspeed formation is now made for solo farming, when you don't need a secondary or tertiary character to kill enemies. Well, this actually helps us build a lot of different stuff. For example, Saruin has this attack called Destructive Blow. There is a hidden status in this game that's called Action Order. All skills have a penalty or a bonus to action order. Destructive Blow is just too strong, having 8 power and 7 BP cost, but it does have a penalty on your action order. That means that Saruin would sometimes be a little slow depending on the characters that you are bringing together with him for training. Now, with this formation, you fix this problem. Saruin will always be fast enough to farm. That's something that also happens with Socho. Remember that he is very strong with use of missile? Well, now he can actually be fast because he was just too slow just because of that skill having an action order penalty and his agility being kinda low as well. Now you can just place him there on that position and he will solo some story stages at least. That will happen for all characters that you consider to be slow and that were having some difficulties when using Magia Fight. Now, it's also a very good formation to train some characters that have fast attacks in your back row. For example, Token has skill number 3, Sinistral Melody, that is fast. Although he's very slow by himself, he is kinda hard to train. Some other characters have similar design. Now you can place Token here in slot number 4 or 5 and he would not affect your farming performance. There is another character here that you can try, like Valdor, if placing in the back row and use some equipment that decreases his agility. He gets a fast stance, but because he's getting an action order decrease and low agility, may not attack with Saruin. So you are fixing up 2 characters that are not helping with your training and can still be placed in the back row. So, there is other characters that can also benefit from this. For example, I can show you Bokon. That's right, Bokon has his attack called Vanishing Illusion that has delay for S damage. But to be honest, I don't see much usage on this. Why bother? He's not really a farmer, but just to understand that this formation will fix the delay stance of the attack and make it fast. Yeah, it always changes no matter what it has. Delay becomes fast. And there is another character that has something similar. That one is Ventus. Yes, he has this rising stab attack that has triple S power, but delay. If you have his premium style, you can now use him. I don't know when or where, but it will become fast. And that's much better than having delay in such a powerful attack. Then there is also something kind of interesting that can be done. Well, Mirza has Steel Blade Light, like Polka as well. This is a delay attack, the triple S power. It will become fast. But why so? Why do you want this to be fast if this formation is for farming? Well, you could do the same with Polka as well. He has Steel Blade Phoenix. And those two characters can actually attack on turn 1 and then again on turn 3 with their nukes. So depending on what you want to do, for example, if you are a new player and there is an event and you still need to attack 1, 2, 3 times to kill the enemies, this can work. But for veterans that want the best performance on grinding, they won't use this too much. So now that we understand this formation and the benefits of it, let's run some strategies. The first one that I'll be running is with Saruin in the front row, with Valdor and I token in the back row. So like I mentioned it, Saruin has a penalty to his attack order because of that destructive blow. But see, he attacked even before Valdor that had a fast stance. That's what you want to get here. The other characters will not affect anyway. You have slow units, and I'm also decreasing their agility with equipments that reduces agility. Okay, now we have the last wave, and we did get a combo with Valdor. It can still happen with this unit alone because he has this fast stance, but with all the other ones, it did not happen. It's just much easier to grind in like this. Now I run with Socho in the front line. Like I said, he's pretty slow. Now it will be fixed. You could also just try some other units like the second version of Zeke. He has this Heat Kamikaze Crush that is even a little stronger than Nisu. And you can also just make your Arthur a fast machine because his Infinite Trajectory is already fast, but his Earth Slash is not. But now all attacks will be fast and Arthur can solo some stages without interference of other characters. But here I just equip it then in a way to not interfere with Socho training. My Socho has around 233 dexterity. He can even get more than that, but it's enough now to kill these enemies. They have around 109,000. So I stopped using Socho because he became too slow and I was just getting way too many combos or sometimes other people attacking me for him. And as you can see here, Arthur and Zeke are not even participating. You still have a chance of combo though, but it's not that big as it was. Like I just said, you still have a chance, but never with the characters in the back row. Well, can still happen, but very unlikely. And the last character that I'll be running is Mirza UniverSe style with Inheritance of Steel Blade Light, like I said. And it's good because he will not use anything else besides the Valiant Slash, that's a free skill. So, Steel Blade Light on turn 1, Steel Blade Light on turn 3. That's the same thing that you could do with Chef Polka if you wanted him on the front line with Steel Blade Phoenix. And since he's not gonna kill the second enemy unless he triggers his chase, other people will have to help him out. I chose a different stage this time, 12, 2, 3, because here we have only one enemy per wave. That's when you want to use something like this, even though it's not exactly the best setup possible. Okay, let's watch Steel Blade Light being used as a fast attack. That is very interesting. And it's strong enough to kill the first enemy. Now versus the second, unless he triggers his chase, he will not kill it. I don't even know if with the chase he can. Well, he did not trigger the chase, so people will have to help him out. It's okay. Chef Polka has the Leia there. And now, versus the last enemy, we have enough BP to Steel Blade Light again. So, he's gonna kill the enemy by himself. Well, I guess this video ends here. I hope it helped you understand the utility of this formation. It's usually just to give a fast option for your nukers for solo strategies. But it can also be used for some interesting setups like making the later characters go first. But that's not exactly the best way for farming, but a very nice addition to the strategy that we have. And this formation kind of replaces Magia Fight for like 95% of the time. With that said, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you still haven't. If you want to support the channel, there are links on the description of the video. I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye.